talking about the truthfulness that we should not lie to ourselves. We should always remain truthful. Why? Because if we are misled to lie, people would ultimately discover the truth and won't believe us anymore. If you are telling any lies and later on the people will find it out, then they are not going to trust you. You must have heard the story Bhediya Aaya, Bhediya Aaya. And when the Bhedia actually arrived, no one believed the words of that man. So once if the people will find out that you can lie, then they are not going to trust you anymore. That's why it's important to speak the truth, even if it hurts us. Sometimes the truth is not easy to bear, but even then, you must speak the truth only. Or being hated, don't give way to hating. And yet, don't look too good, not talk too wise. Means people may show their hatred towards us. They will show you that they do not like us, they hate you. Yet we should not hate them. We should show our love and respect to others. They may have some reason to hate us, but what reason we have to hate them? Just because they don't like us or they hate us. This is no reason. So, if they have some reason to hate you, you may find some reason to love them. It's not necessary if they hate you, you should also hate them. You should show your respect and love towards such people. By this way, maybe you can change their behavior, their attitude towards yourself. So, no woman or man is perfect here, as we have discussed earlier. We can work towards the perfection, but we are not perfect. Everyone has one's own strength and weaknesses, and we have to accept that and respect them for the good qualities in them. Whatever you think about someone or whatever someone else is thinking about your goodness or the weakness, the strength or the weakness, the good qualities or the bad qualities. Okay, so if someone has the bad qualities, leave them. You should love that person, you should respect that person because of the good qualities. How you are going to improve yourself? You will improve yourself if you will look at the good qualities of someone else. If you will look at the bad qualities, you are not going to improve yourself. If you are going to adopt the bad qualities of someone, you are destroying yourself. So why to look at that? If someone is presenting you a plate full of good food and a plate full of bad food, what will you prefer? What will you choose? A plate full of good food. You won't prefer even to look at the plate where the bad food is served to you. So why not with the qualities? They are going to remain with you throughout your life. So you need to be very wise in choosing these things. So don't look at the bad things in the other person. Look at the good qualities, respect them, and love them. Because having acquired all these good qualities, people generally feel proud and tend to show off how good they are. But here, the poet warns us not to go that way. And yet, don't look too good nor talk too wise. Means even if you know that you have good qualities, you are improving yourself, you are loved by the other people, do not talk about that. Do not boast about yourself. Do not praise yourself all the time. Okay. In that case, other would feel uncomfortable. in your company, and they may avoid us. Oh, whenever we go to that person, he always talks about he has done this, he has done that, he has got so these many marks in this exam, he has won some scholarship. He always talk about himself only. So that is why whenever, even if you know about good qualities, you know about the thing about you know about the things yourself, then also what you need to do, you should always prefer to keep quiet and do not boast about those things, because otherwise the people will start feeling uncomfortable in your company. Even others may try to prove us wrong at any cost, leading to an unhealthy competition. Suppose your friends are there, they are telling, oh, you are boasting about your things. I have done this much, I have done that much. And someone is telling you, oh, this much only. The other one has won that scholarship. You got 98, he has got 100. So, if there is a healthy competition, it is very good. But if the competition is not healthy, if the competition is unhealthy, if the other people are trying to make you feel envy, then this is not good. From where we are starting, that whatever we are doing, you should do your work with a very cool and quiet temper. Never ever be out of the temper, or do not be very angry, because whenever you are going to take any such decision, that is not going to help you anywhere. So we should think about all these things. Now I'm starting with the second stanza. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by nets to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. Now, if you can dream and not make dreams your master, that means to do something bigger. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, means to do something bigger, we should dream first. Dream first, it's not the thing that the dream that you see, that or the things that you imagine while you are sleeping, means you're planning what you have planned for yourself. But the poet also reminds us not to be guided by unrealistic dreams. Means whatever the planning, whatever the goals you are planning for yourself, that should be realistic. Suppose, for example, being the student, you got poor marks in any of the subject, you got 30 marks, and next time you are planning for 100. So in most of the cases, it is not realistic. If this time you got 30, you should try for the 50 next time, then 80 next time, and then 100. And even if you are getting those many marks as per your planning, so your dreams should be realistic. If dreams take you, then we would get detached from the reality, and eventually we will fail. If we will work only per the dreams and not the reality, then what would you get at the end? You are getting 30, you are planning for the 100 in the next exam, you will not get that in most of the cases. So, what will happen? Then you will feel bad about yourself. So, whatever the dreams are there, see, that's why if you can dream and not make dreams your master, means whatever your dream is, that is okay, but also think wisely about how you can achieve your dream. Don't let it lead you. So, next, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, that we should not be able to think over a matter but should not make the thoughts our aim. Because thinking about any of the thing is very easy, but when you actually work on that, it may be difficult. So, whatever your thoughts are there, it's okay to think about, it's okay to plan about the things, but again, you have to do the things here very wisely. This is to say that we often lose our direction in which we are thinking and get detached from the main point. So, our thinking should not be scattered or misleading us away from the target. Whatever your dream is, whatever your thought is or your thinking is, be with that, but that has to be in that something that you can actually do. It has to be realistic and not always about the dreams only. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two imposters just the same. Triumph means the victory or when you have achieved something, and the meaning of imposters is given here. People who assume a false character to deceive. To deceive means to cheat. So, what are the two things that are mentioned here? The triumph and the disaster means sometimes you can win, sometimes you can lose. So, if you can meet either if you are doing something, so what would be the result? Either you will win or you will lose. So, whatever the thing is, and treat those two imposters just the same. Here, to the victory or the defeat, they are called as people who assume a false character. Why it is compared with the people who assume the false character? Because it is not going to remain with you forever. This time you won, very good. Other time you may lose it. This time you lost it, no problem. Other time, next time you may win it. So these are the things that are not going to remain with you forever, like a combination of success and failure, or joy and sorrow, the good times, the bad times. We should accept both the situations in the similar treatment. If you have won something, obviously there is means if you want something, it is something to be happy, but not too much. Or if you lost something, that means that you will lose all the hopes that, oh, this time because I lost it, so in my life I will never ever be able to do it. No, these things are not going to remain with you permanently. Sometimes you will win, sometimes you may lose it. So here, this triumph and disaster, if you know about the personification, that to give the form of a real life person to something which is not real. So that's why, because here they are compared to the people who can assume a false character. In such way, the victory and the defeat is mentioned here. People become too much happy when they got success and they forget about everything else. So, you should not do this. Whatever the thing is, you will remain the same. If you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Now, here, knaves, the meaning is given unprincipled men. That means if you can, no, if you can bear to hear the truth you have spoken, twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools. Means we have to bear the tough situations where we see that our speech or statement is distorted or misinterpreted by someone to befool others. You were saying something else, and when your words were told to someone else, they have been changed, distorted, misinterpreted. The words that were conveyed to someone else, that they do not give the same meaning that you were trying to explain or you were trying to say. So what happens? Very often we see that people misinterpret, or sometimes they do it deliberately, knowingly, intentionally. So, to do the things in their favor. We should not lose our temper hearing that. Rather, we should tolerate that, ensuring we have spoken the truth. Because in the starting, in the first stranger where we were dealing, I told you that you can lie to the others, but you can lie the things to yourself. You know the truth, you know that you have said the correct thing, even if someone is trying to misinterpret the things or trying to communicate the wrong message on your behalf. But if you know you are right, you are not doing anything wrong, then you should not lose your temper. Or watch the things you gave your life to broken, and stoop and build them up with worn out tools. Means we have to hold our nerves even after seeing that your favorite thing that you have built with all your effort, with interest, with choices broken. Then we have to pick up the scattered pieces or the parts of that, and you have to build it all over again, because again here losing the temper is not going to help you. So this is another key to getting to the top of the world according to the point. Means instead of someone has done something wrong to you, you have something which is very much dear to you and someone else has broken that. So if you will lose your temper on that person, it's not about the things only, it's about everything, your goals, your dreams. So losing the your temper on the other person is not going to help you. What you need to do, you have to recollect the pieces and start working over it again, so that again you can have your thing with you. To keep and also to keep yourself cool and calm in such situation is not easy, but patience and the way you think would help you to build them again. And there is a story about Newton, that the papers containing his theories were destroyed in fire and he wrote them again from the beginning. So, see, you can see this was a very big thing. He was a great scientist. He must have mentioned so many important things in those papers. This is a story. So, if he would have lost his temper there, it was not going to help him in any way. So better he started working over them again. Now this is the explanation of first two paragraphs